Hi guys, this is Target coming at you with another game of Minecraft. I mean, really, it's just wheat. But here we are at the top of Wheat Mountain. We're just gonna run down real quick, take the cinematic way, which, involves a staircase. It exists, it's here. You can find it in the middle of the wheat, but you gotta know it's there, or it'll be hard to find it. And I just messed up a little bit of the wheat. It's alright. There will be enough for the moment. Although, not enough forever. But we just have to get to the other side of the wheat field where we plan on working. Now I know you're asking yourself, if we're going to start at the other side of the wheat field, why wouldn't we just start there? Well, it's all about the cinematic journey, isn't it? And, well, it's also about the wheat, but mainly it's about the appearance. Because wheat is very aesthetic, and that was a tunnel that I ultimately didn't dig, but this is a functional canal. There you go. I know how to drive a boat. I mean, I don't. I very clearly don't. It's okay. One of the amusing things about this river route is that it does not capture in any way the scale of this wheat field, and I do revel in that. I find a tremendous enjoyment in the reveal. What I think of in capital letters in my head whenever I think of the wheat field is the reveal. Whenever someone says, "Wait, how much is there? How far have we gone?" And then eventually, like, "Are you joking?" No, I assure you, this is all very serious. This is real life, and it's happening one wheat plant at a time. So here's a place where we often stop off, you can tell by the boats. And we're just going to run this way. We've been doing various stuff, so we don't have that many seeds on us, but we're going to get some. Hello, Justine. Well, it's good to see you again. We've just been hanging out and playing video games, and I'm sorry your tablet broke. We're just gonna have a nice, boring time farming wheat. All we have to do is get to the end of the wheat field. Well, I hope you found something else to do. The world has a lot of things to do in it. It's not all just wheat and watching me on YouTube. I'm flattered that you spend any time at all here. Since, well, it's really just one note whenever we're in the wheat field. I mean, sure, there's other stuff that I do with my time, but oh no, I don't have a bed. Do I have one over here somewhere? I think I have one somewhere in this direction. If not, we'll have to make one. You see, the problem with the night is that although it's pretty, it doesn't really grow wheat. Do I celebrate Christmas? Sort of, but not really. My family, like, has a thing, and I go, but I don't really get anybody anything or expect anything myself. I go to it, but to me, it's just another holiday that doesn't matter to me very much. I liked Christmas when I was a kid, sometimes, and sometimes I didn't. It just depends. Do you celebrate Christmas? It is 8 days till Christmas. I do like Christmas because on Christmas Eve, the restaurant I work at closes early, so I get like 5 more hours that day to play video games. But there's a lot of things about Christmas I do like. I think it goes on too long. I think if we just had, like, a couple of weeks of Christmas instead of like a month of it. But there's a lot of Christmassy stuff I like. I don't really like any of the typical songs. I like some of the classical stuff, like Carol of the Bells is awesome. But I like several Christmas movies. My favorite movie of the Christmas kind, not ever, is called White Christmas. It's like it's an old musical from way back in the day. It's what the song White Christmas. Well, it's not what it's from, but it's often associated with it. The song was written beforehand, I want to say. It's a holiday where you and your family get together and don't fight. That's good, you know. It's a good thing for Christmas. My family, like, people don't always get along, right? But we've all. I don't think anybody ever like argues at holidays. Really, it would seem rude, you know. That seems like a silly thing to say. I don't know. Some people, you know, like they place a lot of value on, you know, proper behavior for social circumstances, and my family is definitely a lot like that. Which, if the rules are relatively clear, you know, just like don't get into any arguments about things that have happened in the past, it's easy enough to avoid it. Because nobody cheats. Like a lot of people, you know, like they'll be like, all right, everybody be nice at Christmas this year, but then like they start sniping at each other. But my family, we always have a good time. You brought your grandfather a new cup? That's awesome. Yeah, I didn't get anybody anything for Christmas, and I'm not going to. Nobody expects anything from me. If they do, then, you know, that's their fault. They had my whole life to become disappointed in their expectations of me. But no, usually over time at holidays, people just, it gets too loud and I just go to another room and take a nap. I find large groups of people exhausting. I had a big family, but I don't have to be around them anymore most of the time. All my siblings are fine. We get along very well now, I think, but some of my siblings have children, and they're young and excitable creatures. And man, can it be a lot sometimes. I want to say, hey, have you ever considered just planting some wheat and not being so intense? But it wouldn't make any sense to them. I don't even know if they're allowed to have Minecraft. I shouldn't ask. But no, me and Christmas, it's like, you know how the Grinch stole Christmas? And how, like, eventually in the story, the Grinch, like, becomes a nicer and happier person? Well, just imagine if he didn't, and that's me. But I will be going to see family and stuff on Christmas, but really only because someone's gonna, like, take me. If I had to do it myself, I would just stay home and play Minecraft the whole day. And pass the day like a Wednesday. Unless it's a Thursday, I don't care. It's a day I normally have off of work, so I don't have to change my schedule. That's the important thing. I am. He even has a nice mustache. You'll note, uh, once again, my resemblance to all evil characters with mustaches. But my heart will never grow 3 sizes. Anyway, that's probably not good for a heart to grow that quickly. If I was green, you would not be able to tell me apart from the character. It would just be me, a Santa hat, taking everybody's presents, throwing them down the chimneys. Oh, I love that movie. The animated one of the Dr. Seuss. I love the Dr. Seuss book and the Jim Carrey movie. They were all wonderful interpretations of the Grinch story, and I see myself in each of them. Because, you know, like, you can read a book and really see yourself in a character. Like, I always liked the Lorax whenever I was a kid. You know, like, even before I got this mustache, I identified a lot with them. You know, unless you do something, things won't get better. You know, I like that in the Lorax story. A good message. I didn't quote it properly because I haven't read the Lorax in a while and I don't remember how the line goes. But I think if the Lorax was around Christmas time, he would be like, "Hey, maybe quit cutting down trees for this. Maybe use a nice tree made out of stone that's already there." He wouldn't want you to make an artificial tree because plastic's bad. Yes. Well, I'm bald by choice. I could have like a silly amount of hair on the side of my heads and some little bits on the top. But to make fun of my father again. So many old men of my father's generation that are bald just like have, you know, no hair at all in the middle, and then on the rim of the outside of their head they still have like long hair combed straight down, and I find it to be just like a hysterical thing and always have. I'm just like, you know, if you're bald, embrace it. If you're the Grinch, embrace it. Be who you are. Stay what you are. You know, don't pretend you have hair when you don't. Don't pretend you like Christmas when you don't. But no, I could have slightly more hair than I do. I just choose not to because I think it looks dumb. Not that I think this right here in front of you doesn't look dumb. I have this mustache because I think it looks silly, not because it makes me look like the Grinch. Although that is a bonus. There's so many inspiring figures with mustaches. You've got the guy on the Pringles can. You've got the Grinch. The Lorax, obviously. That one guy off of Mythbusters. Good night. We're really getting somewhere with this field, though. I'm tempted to just go in some random direction, and, you know, that's what I'm going to do. It's not a random direction. It's all planned. We did a bunch of clearing the land. We used water some to get the grasses down, and then we got some irrigation over in this area. Not like an absolute ton. I just wanted to get some going on. There's a comment on one of my earlier videos that they expected the field to be cheated in some way, which I find amusing. Mainly because it wouldn't even occur to me to find a way to fake this ridiculous wheat field. Like, but I suppose there's a market for everything. But fortunately, all the tedious improvements over time are gradually available to be seen. You know, you could see Wheat Mountain grow. Maybe I should go back and watch one of the old videos. I don't know. I don't mind talking, but you know, going back and watching myself talk always seems a little ridiculous. But I often reflect that, you know, I make the sort of videos that I wouldn't watch. So I'm glad that anybody watches them. But as I often remark, you know, I don't know why anybody does. So if you're still here, thanks. I'm glad. But we're going to try to find our bed and then just lay down for the night. So we're coming upon the end of it. We just need to take a cinematic view. Because, you know, we've started stretching out there, but we've got all of the savannah to overtake. That'll be something to do, you know, in the morning, over time. There's so much of it, but yet it's mainly flat land, and that's good. And now, the amazing trekking over the field. So if you haven't seen it before, this is the wheat field. This is this segment. This is the reveal. This is what it's all about right here. Because you have like some concept of how far above the clouds you have to be in Minecraft to see this much stuff. But only if you've played a lot of Minecraft. And here we have at the build limit, there's a lightning rod for historical reasons. But yeah, here's the wheat. You can see it all. Well, there's some on the other side of that mountain. But isn't it nice? Isn't it lovely? Isn't it everything that I promised? I mean, I didn't promise you anything. But here you go. If you didn't know, now you do. Just wheat. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you've enjoyed this tour of the wheat field. And, you know, we'll have more videos going up tomorrow and probably the next day. Merry Christmas. If the Grinch shows up, I didn't do it. I'm innocent. I was busy protecting the trees from getting cut down and being on every Pringle can. So I'll see you guys.